Senator Dahms, what is your central goal with this bill? Is it to save healthcare dollars?
The central
Senator
goal is, Mr. Chair and Senator Dibble, the goal is to get involvement by all parties involved. It's going to get the school board involved in the decision. It's also going to get the employees involved in making the decision that they want to make this transfer. It also changes from 2 years being in at renewal to 1 year, so it gives them the option to opt out and to look around.
Thank you.
Senator Dibble.
Thanks. I appreciate knowing that. So, Senator Dahms, how do you respond to the critique that we heard from the witnesses that argue that that might be a flawed approach because of the inherent conflict that the co-ops have and kind of the captive audience they have, particularly with respect to the leadership of those particular districts, and the fact that as more and more school employees have been looking at the PEIP, they've introduced an element of actual competition that has caused tremendous savings on all parties' parts.
Senator Dahms.
Mr. Chair and Senator Dibble, I think I'd answer that question this way, and that is this does not change the ability for the schools to get into the PEIP program. It just allows all parties to have a say in the fact that they're going to do it. So they still can go into the PEIP program. The other thing to keep in mind that this bill doesn't do anything with, but I hope that we're all cognizant of what may happen here if we get several school districts going into this program. Keep in mind there's only a certain percentage of the premium that can use to administer the program. So if we get several districts coming into this program all at one time, we could see some very interesting challenges in servicing this process with claims and things like that.
Senator Dibble.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I still haven't heard a response to the argument that, in effect, it doesn't allow school districts to go into the PEIP because of the conflict and the captive audience nature of the co-ops with those particular organizations and their leadership. So it, in fact, represents a significant barrier from folks' ability to get into the PEIP. I want to respond to your second point in just a minute.
Senator Dahms.
Mr. Chairman and Senator Dibble, I hear there's conflict. I'm not in the school board. I'm not in the school administration, so I have not seen those conflicts, so I'm going to leave it at that. I would assume and hope that the school boards will do what's in best interest for their bottom line. And I'm going to take the thought that they'll do that.
Senator Dibble.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, we all hope that, but I don't think we have any evidence that that's actually occurred with respect to the extension of health care to their own employees. We see time and again them going with the more expensive option because of the relationships and, frankly, the power and control issues. And so we've seen resistance to actually going into something like the PEIP or something larger that we called the SEEP concept, which was the statewide school employees insurance program modeled on the PEIP. And on that point, I think we showed fairly definitively with the local impact note that I shared on the floor of the Senate when I offered the amendment to Senator Olson's bill, that in fact there's tremendous cost savings, and because it's a large pool, self-insured, the ability to administer and the economies of scale show that there's sufficient ability to do the administration, to process the claims, to have the resources necessary with a pool of that size. So I think to your second point, that question has been asked and answered already in a fairly intensive examination of this idea taken to scale. And if you like, I can share that local impact note with you another time.
Mr. Chair, Senator Dibble, we'll see how that plays out. Thank you.